2i. And this is a complex number form, a plus bi form. That's the real part and the imaginary part. So there's a complex number. Two complex numbers subtract and get one complex number. And b, multiply 2 minus I quantity square. And you can use the formula. The formula is a minus b squared equals a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. A is 2. Minus 2 times a is 2. B is I. And plus b is I squared. Or you can use FOIL. So then 2 squared is 4. Minus 2 times I is 4i. Plus I squared. I squared equal negative 1. I squared equal negative 1. So plus negative 1. And then real number combined. 4 plus negative 1 is 3 minus 4i. So this is the two complex number tying together and get one complex number after simplify. Get one complex number. Then question 11. Solve for the quadratic equation. 11a is 36x squared minus 5 equals 0. Solve for the x. So this one, you can do add 5 both sides. You don't need to use quadratic formula for this one. So get 36x squared equal 5. Then divided by 36 both sides. 36 cancel. So we will get it's x squared equal 5 over 36. Take square root. So x equal positive negative square root of 5 over 36. And then you got positive negative 5 take square root. And the 36 take square root is 6. And so simplify, you got this is 2 solutions. Degree is 2, has 2 solutions. Quadratic equation, degree is 2, have 2 solutions. The b is x squared plus 4x plus 5 equal 0. Solve for the x. So this one, you look at this equation, you cannot factor it. You cannot factor it. So we have to use quadratic formula. The quadratic formula, general form of the quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Then formula is x equals 2a negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Plug into this formula. So here a is equals 1, b is 4, c is 5. Plug into the formula. So solution x equals 2a, a is 1, negative b, b is 4, plus minus square root of b squared, b is 4, minus 4, a is 1, c is 5 for ac. So figure out this one. So it's 2 negative 4 plus minus square root of 4 squared is 16. 4 times 1 times 5 is 20. And then that's equal to 2 negative 4 plus minus square root of 16 minus 20 is a negative 4. And take square root on this. So it's 2 negative 4 plus minus this negative sign out become I. 4 take square root is 2. So it's 2i. Cancel. Because this is a negative 4 over 2 plus minus 2i over 2. So you cancel 2. So negative 4 over 2 is negative 2 plus minus 2 cancel. Get I. 2 solution. Negative 2 plus minus I. Then next question. Question 12. Question 12. Replace the blanks with a constant to form a true equation. It's x squared plus 10x plus what? And get a completing square. X add what? Perfect square, completing square. So we will add, use the formula. It's a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, get completing squares, a plus b quantity square. So here, x squared plus 2 times a is x, b is 10 divided by 2, get 5, and plus b squared, 5 squared, equal to x plus, x is b, put it in a, 5 put it in b, plus 5, quantity square. So this question, 5 squared is 25, and this is a 5. So fill in 25 and 5. And question 13. Write a quadratic equation, have the two solutions. The two solutions given. Given two solutions, write down equation. Two solutions are negative square root of 2 and the positive square root of 2. And find the equation with the two solutions. Find the equation with the two solutions. So you can put in the factor form. Is one is x minus negative square root of 2. The other one is x minus square root of 2, like equals 0. That's the equation. So this is negative become plus, x plus square root of 2. X minus square root of 2 equals 0. And use the difference of square formula. A plus b times a minus b, and should be equal a squared minus b squared. Or you can use FOIL. So we get x squared minus square root of 2 squared. That equals 0. So you will get is x squared minus 2 equals 0. This equation have, if solve it, you have this two solutions. Two solutions. Number 13. Number 14. Question 14. For the function, given a function f of x is equals 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. And ask you, we want to do A, it's open upward or open downward. And B, find out the vertex. And C, find out the axis of symmetry. And D, find out the x-intercept. E, find out the y-intercept. And F, graph it. This is a graphing for the quadratic functions. So there's a formula we can, for general form, for given a function which is ax squared plus bx plus c. First of all, if A is positive, the graph parabola open upward. This is open upward. If A is negative, parabola it's open downward. And this point we call vertex. Vertex. And the vertex x coordinate is negative b over 2a. And the y coordinate is after you get x coordinate and put into the function. Put this x coordinate into the function in x, and you got the y coordinate, which is a function value. This is a vertex. And this have an axis of symmetry. This axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. axis of symmetry. And then find out x-intercept, y-intercept, xy. You let x equal 0, and you got this is y-intercept. And put x uses 0, plug in. You got c, 0 plug in, and you got c. That's y-intercept. You let y equal 0, this is y. And solve for x. You let y equal 0, solve ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 for x. If you can factor it. If you cannot factor it, even if you don't know how to factor it, you can use quadratic. Always can use quadratic formula to solve for x. So you can plug into this quadratic formula, and you will get x-intercept here. X-intercept, and then you and those have those. Then you draw the graph. Draw the graph. So let's see this question. Example. Question. It's given. This is number 14. Given a function. The function is f of x equal to 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. This given, and this is a y coordinate for function value. So first of all, a is a 2. A is 2 positive, so it's open upward. If a leading coefficient, this we call leading coefficient. Leading coefficient. If a leading coefficient is negative, open downward. If positive, open upward. B, find out the vertex. Vertex x coordinate is negative b over 2a. Here a is 2, and b is 5. C is negative 3. So plug in net b is 5. 2 times a is 2. So you got negative 5 over 4. That's x coordinate. And y coordinate of vertex is f of this negative 5 over 4. Plug into original function. 2 negative 5 over 4 squared plus 5 times negative 5 over 4 minus 3. This negative 5 over 4, put it in x. So we'll get is 2 times negative positive, 5 squared, 25, 4 squared, 16. And then this positive times negative, get negative. 5 times 5 is 25 over 4, minus 3. 3 is 3 over 1. Then cancel 2, we get 8. Get 8. So LCD should be 8. So this times 2, both sides. Get denominator 8. This times 8, both sides. Get denominator, it's 8. So the numerator, it's denominator is 8. Numerator, it's 25 minus 25 times 2. It's 50 minus 3 times 8 is 24. So we'll get is a net 49 over 8. So that's a y coordinate. So your vertex, it's s coordinate, negative 5 over 4. Y coordinate, negative 49 over 8. That's a vertex. Then C, axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is the same as x is a vertical line with the same formula as x coordinate of a vertex is negative 5 over 4. Negative 5 over 4. It's a vertical line. X equal negative 5 over 4 is axis of symmetry. And the D, find out x-intercept and the y-intercept. You let x equal 0, plug it in. Function is this. You got what? F of 0. This is a function. Function is 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. This function. So y is a function, so you plug in. Y equal f of x is 0, plug in 2 times 0 squared plus 5 times 0 minus 3. So get 0 plus 0 minus 3. So this is the y-intercept. So that's y-intercept. And what is the x-intercept? X-intercept, you let y equals 0. Let this y equals 0. Solve for x. So this 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 equals 0. Y is 0. 0 equal this side. So get this quadratic equation and factor it. And 2, you can factor as 2 times 1. Negative 3, you can factor as positive 3, negative 1. Tying together is negative 3. And cross multiplication, 2 times 3 is 6. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Add together is a positive 5. It's middle term, positive 5. So this is the right way. Then attach x, put the parentheses. So factor is 2x minus 1 times x plus 3 equals 0. Then either 2x minus 1 equals 0 or x plus 3 equals 0. Solve for the x. X is 1 over 2 or x equal negative 3. So there's one is 1 over 2 and the other one is negative 3 when y equals 0. That's x-intercept and the y-intercept, P and E. Now then we go to draw the graph. Draw the graph. Draw the graph. First of all, we draw the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is negative x equal negative 5 over 4. C, find the axis of symmetry. X equal negative 5 over 4. Negative 5 over 4, it's negative 1 and 1 quarter. Negative 5 over 4. X equal negative 5 over 4. It's 5 divided by 4 is negative 1 and 1 quarter. Negative 1 and 1 quarter. So it's between negative 1 and the negative 2. Partition into 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you go negative 1 and 1 quarter. This is 2 quarters, 3 quarter. So, and then draw a vertical line. This is x equal negative 5 over negative 5 quarters. Is this we call axis of symmetry. Then draw vertex. The vertex, vertex is negative 5 over 4, negative 49 over 8. Vertex. Vertex is this point. Negative 5 over 4 is negative 1 quarter. And 49 divided by 8 is negative 618. So it's on axis of symmetry, go down. Y coordinate is negative 6. Here, negative 5, negative 6. Between negative 6 and negative 7, between negative 6 and negative 7, and you will partition into 8 equal parts. And you got negative 618, negative 618. And go negative 618 and the negative 5, 1 and 1 quarter. And you got this point. And that point, it's a vertex. Vertex. And then find out the y-intercept. Y-intercept is a negative 3. Y-intercept is a negative 3. Here, let x equal 0. You got y-intercept is a negative 3. when x equals 0, you got -3. That's y-intercept. And you can use symmetry, because the graph is symmetric to this axis of symmetry. So to the axis of symmetry, 1 units, 0 to -1 is 1 units, and 1/4 units, which is a 5/4. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4. To the left, also 5/4. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4. You got that one is a -2 and 1/2. Between -2 and -3 is -2 and 1/2. So it's a -2 and 1/2. Also -3. The two are symmetry. Same y value. -2 and 1 x coordinate is a 3, and the -2 and 1/2 is a symmetric points. And for x-intercept is 1/2. This one. And this y coordinate is 0. And the other one is -3. So it's 1/2 and the -3. They are symmetric. And you can see this is a 1/4, 2/4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/4. And to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also 7/4 is a symmetric point. And then you can find one more points. Let x equal 1. Let x equal 1. Plug it in. 1, 1, plug it in. Get 4. X equal 1, you can get 4. And the symmetric. So this 1, when x is 1, y is 4. And you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9/4. To the left, 9/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/4. This point is -3 and 1/2. So it's -3 and 1/2 is -7/2. Put it in x is also get 4. Symmetric, same function value. 4. And you have those 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 points. And connect the points and get a parabola. And you have to show vertex, show axis of symmetry, show y-intercept, show x-intercept, and label all of it. That's question 14. And then question 15. Question 15. Question 15, find a formula for the inverse of the function. So given a function g of x is equal -3x plus 2, and find the inverse of this, find g inverse of x equal what? So first of all, first step, you let g of x is y equal -3x plus 2. That's the first step. Second step, exchange x and y. Y change to x. X change to y. And the third step, solve for y. Solve for y. So solve for y, you -2 both sides. So you get x -2 equal -3y. And then you divide it by -3 both sides. Cancel. So we get y equals x -2 over -3. The fourth step, change this y to the given you is g. So you write down g inverse of x is this form. X -2 over -3. So first step, g of x change to y. Let this is y equal -3x plus 2. Second step, exchange, y change to x change to y. The third step, solve for y. isolate y, solve for y. The 4 steps, change this y to g inverse of x. And so that's the way to find inverse function. Number 16 is convert to logarithmic equation. And this is exponential form. 10 to the power 7 equal 1, 7 zeros. 7 zeros. And then want you to change logarithm form. So exponential form, y equal b to the power x is equivalent to log, base is b, function value y equal exponent x. This b to the power x equal y. Change back to exponential form. That's the first formula. So this b is 10, it's b. X is 7, and y is this. So go exponential logarithm form. Base is b. Function value 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equal exponent 7. 10 to the power 7 equal this. Equal this. That is use this formula. And question 17. Question 17, solve for the logarithm exponential equation or logarithmic equation. A, 9 to the power x equal 27. So, and we first of all change to the same base. 9 is 3 squared to the power x equals 27 is 3 cubed. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. 3 squared is 9. So then this use power rule. We can times this exponent together. 3 to x equals 3 to the power 3. Now they have the same base, so exponent should be equal. 2x should be equal 3. Then you divide it by 2. 2 cancel, so get x equals 3 over 2. B is log x 1 over 81 equal -4. Solve for the x. So this also use the formula. The formula is log by equal x. You can change to logarithm form, change exponential form is b to the power x equal y. So y equal b to the power x. Use this formula. You can change to from logarithm form to exponential form is x to the power -4 equals 1 over 81. And then that is use negative exponent rule. A to the power -n equal, bring down to the denominator. Negative exponent change to positive. So this, you bring down to the denominator, it got 1 over x to the power 4 equal, bring down to the denominator. X to the power -4 equal 1 over x to the power positive 4. Get this. 81. 81 is 3 to the power 4. 3 to the power 4. So therefore, you got x to the power 4 equals 3 to the power 4. This numerator are equal, so denominator should be equal. So the two are equal. That means x has to be equal. The base are equal because their exponent equal. So the base should be equal. So x equals 3. C, 3 to the power x equal 5. Solve for the x. Solve for the x, you can use, because calculator have the two key, either natural logarithm key, the base is e, or common logarithm key, the base is 10. There's two key. So on this question, you take ln both sides and use power rule. This x go from. Power rule of x of logarithm, it's log base b x to the power n will be equal n log bx. This exponent go front. So this x go from x ln 3 equal ln 5. This n go from. Then divided by ln 3, solve for the x. So this is the x. X equals ln 5 over ln 3. And here do not ask you to use calculator to figure out. Leave answer as a natural logarithm. This is the answer. Calculator have ln 5, ln key. You can key in calculator and divide it. You will get a decimal number. But here do not ask you to do so. Next one, it's number 17. 17D. 17D. It's also solve for the logarithm equation. It's ln 4x plus 3 equal to ln 2x minus 9. Solve for the x. Since this is the ln function, here suppose should be equal 4x plus 3 equals 2x minus 9. Then you solve for the x. This move over 4x minus 2x, and this move over, change the sign, minus 3, and combined 2x equals negative 12 divided by 2. You get x equal negative 6. And you always have plugged into this we call argument to check. 4 times, it's 4 times negative 6 plus 3. And you got negative 24 plus 3. That is negative 21. Is negative. You plug in here also negative. 2x 2x minus 9. 2 times negative 6 minus 9 is negative 12 minus 9. Also negative. And since they are negative, logarithm function, if here is negative, there's no answer. Like this, log e. E to the power what? E to the power what equal negative? Never equal negative. There's no such number, no such answer. Because if e to the power positive 1 is positive, if e to the power 0 is equal 1, e is about 2.7 something. If e to the power negative 1, for example, negative 2, you bring down to the denominator and become e squared, become like a negative 3, you bring down to the denominator 1 over e to the power 3. It become, if a negative, if e to the power negative n become 1 over e to the power n, and then become positive. So e to the power what equal negative? Never. No such answer. So e to the power what? So e to the power what equal negative 21? Never. So ln a negative number, no answer. So negative 6 is invalid. It's not the solution. So this question you will answer no solution. So this question is no solution. It's no solution. And you can put empty set. Next one, question 18. The center of a circle, here, let's talk about a circle. Circle equation of the circle, if this point is hk, and the point on the circle use xy variable represent, any point on the circle use xy represent. The distance from center to a point on the circle we call radius, use r represent. So center of a circle is hk, and the radius of a circle is r. So the equation of circle use distance formula, exchange x minus h squared plus y change, y minus k squared. Take square root is the distance r between 2 points. Square both sides. And you will get equation of a circle. So it's x minus h squared plus y minus k quantity squared equal r squared. That's the equation of a circle. So here, question 18. Given center at -2, 3. This point is -2, 3. Center. A point on the circle is 3, 1. 3, 1. And the point on circle, it's 3, 1. And ask you find out the equation. Find the equation of the circle. Of a circle. So first of all, since this point 3, 1 is on the circle, and then to the center is the radius. So we can figure out, use distance formula. And this point with this point, use distance formula. Distance formula is x change, -2 minus 3 square, add y change, 3 minus 1 square. And then we'll get square root of -2, -3 is -5 square, plus 3 minus 1 is 2 square. So equals square root of -5 square is 25, 2 square is 4, add together is square root of 29. That is the radius of the circle. Then you plug into this circle equation formula. This is h. This is k because it's center. R use square root of 29. Plug in. So get equation of circle. So you will get x minus h is -2 square plus y minus k. K is 3, quantity squared, equal to r is square root of 29 squared. Then simplify it. Negative become plus, x plus 2 square plus y minus 3 square equal square root square, cancel each other, get 29. So this one is the equation of a circle. Question 19. Is draw the graph. Draw the graph. Question 19. A. 25x squared plus 9y squared equal to 225. Ellipse equation is x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equal 1. And a and b are not equal. That's ellipse. If a and b are equal, is a circle. Hyperbola. Hyperbola is x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equal 1. Or y squared over b squared minus x squared over a squared equal 1. Either way. So ellipse. So first of all, we have to, because here is 1. So this one we have to make right side become 1. So divided each term divided by 225. So the 25x squared over 225 plus 9y squared over 225 equal 1. And cancel. This cancel, get 9. And this cancel, get 25. Then we got x squared over 9 plus y squared over 25 equal 1. And the 9 is, we have to put down a squared, b squared on denominator. So it's 3 squared plus y squared over 5 squared equal 1. And then we draw the graph. Draw the graph. So we got this equation. 3 squared plus 5 squared on denominator equal 1. So under x is 3. X equals 3. If you let y equal 0, you solve for x. x will be positive 3 and the negative 3. So on x-axis, that's x-intercept. Go through 3 and the negative 3. You let x equal 0, you solve for y. Y will be positive and the negative 5. So you on y-axis, you put negative 5 and the 5 and plot those 2 points. So you have 4 points. And then connect together. Connect those 4 points. Draw an ellipse. And the B, it's hyperbola. Draw the graph for the hyperbola. It's x squared minus y squared equal 25. Hyperbola also, the right side need to change standard form, change to 1. So then you do each term divided by 25. Each term divided by 25. So you got x squared over 25 and the minus y squared over 25. 25 over 25, it's 1. So you will get x squared equal 25 is 5 squared minus y squared 25 is 5 squared equal 1. So you got this equation in standard form. This standard form. Now we draw the graph. So first of all, change to this standard form. And then under x is 5. So on x-axis, find out 5 and the negative 5. On y has so I will actually draw it and show how to draw the graph. How to draw the graph? First of all, this. And since it is 5, 5, so on x-axis and the y-axis, so on x-axis 5 and the negative 5, on y-axis 5 and the negative 5, x and y-axis. Now you draw go through this 5, go through this negative 5, and go through negative 5. Go through positive 5, and draw a rectangle box. Draw a rectangle box. Draw this rectangle box, and then corner to corner connect. Corner to corner connect, and through the origin, and draw connect and draw. Corner to corner connect, and through this origin, the two lines we call asymptote. Now this question is x squared minus y squared. So there has x-intercept, no y-intercept. So the graph is have an x-intercept, no y-intercept. So through the graph is on x direction. And draw approach to the two asymptote. The two lines are asymptote. Asymptote means the graph gradually approach to the line, but do not cross, do not touch the line. Go through negative 5, and you will get gradually approach to the asymptote. Gradually approach asymptote. So that's the graph. That's the graph. Now, if it is opposite, if it is the other way, another way, if it is this way, y squared over, for example, 3 squared minus x squared over 5 squared equal 1. If like this, then your graph is this x and this is y. First of all, you let x equal 0. First of all, under y is 3. So here is 3, negative 3. Under x is 5. So here 5 and the negative 5. negative 5. And then you draw a box. Use dashed line. Draw a box. Because this is not the graph. Just help you to draw asymptote. This box is help you draw asymptote. It's not the part of the graph. So use dashed line. It's not the graph of the equation. This box is help you to draw the asymptote. Then corner to corner, this point to point connect. And through this origin and get asymptote. And this also corner to corner connect. Connect and use dashed line. And get this the two asymptote. Those lines are dashed line. Broken line. Because it's not part of the graph. It's just help you to draw. You have to show this rectangle box. Show the two asymptote. Now, if it is y squared minus x squared, you let x equal 0. You got y-intercept, which is 3 and negative 3. So the graph is go through the 3 and the negative 3. That's y-intercept. You let y equal 0, you will get negative positive number equal a positive number is never equal. So there's no such x. Because x squared is positive, 5 squared is positive, and times